Welcome to Rollin with the Dolans. I'm Patrick Dolan.
And I'm Tameka Dolan. Our podcast focuses on the joys and challenges of blended families, our interracial marriage, parenting children of multiple ages, and the journey of entrepreneurship. We share our daily life experiences with a positive but real perspective.
Okay, and today's topic is focused on parenting. And specifically, what we want to get into is given that we have kids from multiple parents, when is it a good time for them to have more decision making authority on splitting their time?
Yes, time sharing, right? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You want to start or you want me to start?
I'd love to hear what you had to think about this topic.
So, fortunately, in my situation, I have my kids 100% of the time. I have my bonus kids 50% of the time. Honestly, I would be okay if I had my bonus kids 100% of the time. Um, just because at this point, they're my kids too, and it's just easy. And actually, I think it's easier when they're all together, don't you?
Yeah, for different reasons. One, they seem to keep each other occupied. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
there's 20% of the time that they're going to be at each other's throats and stuff like that, which is the same no matter what.
Yeah,
Actually, it's probably higher if you look at when they're not here, that yours are fighting with one another, arguing with one another. So
I
actually, I think
agree.
decreases overall. Um, Given that we both unfortunately came from divorced parents as well, what was your scenario?
Oh, that's a good question. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were just going to talk about our kids. But I remember 50-50, probably a little bit more with my mom and more of the weekends with my dad. So maybe not 50-50. But I remember feeling obligated to want to be with both parents.
Okay. Yeah, that the reason why I ask is because I ended up mostly with my mom. It was like every other weekend I remembered. Um,
With your dad every other weekend?
yeah,
Hmm.
and then what happened is once I turned 16 and he was able to give me a car, at least use a car.
Hmm.
Then next thing you know, it was a lot more fluid. I still wouldn't stay over there overnight as much, but I would see him a lot more often once I was driving. So it was just,
Mm.
hey, come on over for dinner this night, whatever night. And it was just much more fluid as far as things happened.
Oh, basically, so when you got a car, you just felt more free to just come and go as you please, right?
Yeah. And in reality, I think he wanted me to use one of his cars to give him the ability to see me more often.
I'm trying to remember when I got my car, what my situation was.
What was your first car?
I was living out to ask you. Mine was a Chevette. What was yours? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, of course I know what a Chevette is.
What was yours?
So I didn't really have a car until a little bit later. I was able to use a truck and a car.
What kind of truck? Was it
It
like a Ford?
was a big old Chevy diesel stick shift truck. It
What
was
color?
red.
Oh, you had a hot red truck.
Yeah, it was hot. I had to be blowing smoke in that thing anyway and everything.
What is
So,
the definition of blowing smoke in a manual truck? How
so
do you
a
do that?
manual truck and diesel, what happens if you keep it in a low gear, it pushes out the diesel. It actually cleans like the diesel, the tailpipe, and pushes out the actual smoke. So if you ever see
Oh,
black smoke coming out of a truck, it's the diesel fuel basically is burning the smoke out like the tailpipe.
oh, okay. I
So
thought
you
you were
if
being
you keep it in a low
sarcastic.
gear, it'll be like really loud, and then you'll see
You
the
gotta do
smoke.
that face. That there.
So yeah, and then my first one was once I got ready to go to college, I ended up with a Ford Thunderbird, a light
Ooh.
blue. It was pretty hideous, and it was not
Ooh.
nice. It was no ooh, that's for sure. It was
Okay.
a yeah.
Okay, we getting off track.
Okay.
Okay, I had a gold Chevette. Okay, we'll look it up later. All right, so I'd say so we were talking about time sharing. I think that I would say like around the time that they can start driving is a good time for them to figure out like how much time they're with each parent. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think that in our situation, y- like depending on where they need to be that given day, yeah, if they need to be going to an activity, if they don't need to be going to an activity or something like that, it can influence where they want to be staying.
You think so? I don't- Not when you have a car, because you can still go and come to whatever activity you need to go to.
So the bottom line is you're saying that once they're of driving age, they should have more input as far as where they
I
are.
do, and I think that both parents should be not take it personal and have their feelings hurt and just let that child like go and come. And because I feel like parents forget that it's a lot of stress on kids to have to home. You agree?
Yeah, I think that it's been going pretty well though for them. We'll probably find out when they're 21, 24,
That's
25,
true.
maybe what they've really thought about it. But I
That's
think right
true.
now they seem to be very comfortable. I think the fact that they have their own room in both places, significant amount of stuff in both places, it makes it easier.
I think it's because they're also boys.
Yeah. And why'd you let that dog go outside? You knew he'd end up doing this.
Just ignore him. He seems privileged.
Okay. So in summary, I think that it's pretty straightforward. Once they're of driving age, they should have a little bit more say and influence as far as where they go versus right now it's okay, 1 week here, 1 week there, 1 week here, 1 week there.
Do you think that they mentally have the capacity to make those decisions?
I think that they can. I think that the biggest thing is like you said before, hurt feelings. So once they start making those decisions, they know that one person might end up getting hurt versus the other. And that's something for another time we might talk about your kids as well as far as their interaction and hurting feelings with somebody.
That's true. All right. So, bottom line, do we agree that once they are at driving age, or then that's when they can try to make the decision on time sharing?
I agree.
Okay. Do you agree that your dog is annoying?
Yes, yours is. And I agree that we shouldn't put him outside whenever we're trying to do this because he's going to instantly start barking again.
All right. Okay. This is the end of this episode.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yep. Until the next time, make sure you decide to save or subscribe, all these
Share.
different things.
Share.
Share.
Yeah.
Share will be good too. And definitely stay tuned. And you can also find us on social media or chat below. Just we'd love to hear what your thoughts are, interact, and hear from you directly.
All right. Until next time, have a miraculous day.
Have an absolutely beautiful week.
Have a, let me find a great word, tremendously beautiful, sunshiny day.
Have a peaceful and beautiful week.
Okay. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.